Ian Wright, Corporate Relations Director of Diageo plc. Your subject is how a corporation can make a difference to the water agenda. Can it?
Yes, and it can do so at two levels. First of all, it can do so at the local level. And as we've heard throughout this meeting, one of the key ways in which the water agenda can be advanced is locally, because circumstances are so different from place to place. So we are very active in trying to help those who are in water-stressed areas where we have businesses, mainly through sinking boreholes, making water more available to local communities. At the greater level, at the kind of global level, we can also help by having policies which are designed to ensure that water is retained, is reused, is treated in a way that will make the most of this very important asset.
Were you surprised to learn, or perhaps because of the nature of your business you weren't surprised, but were you surprised to learn that water is not at the top of the agenda when it really should be?
Well, I was surprised to learn how kind of casually it's treated by so many people, and I was particularly surprised to learn the anecdotal references that we had from people who've been talking to farmers. Because in my experience, but mostly in the UK, because I live in the UK, very recently farmers have been extremely keen to retain water. And I think that has demonstrated how it can move. I mean, I suspect that if you'd asked British farmers 5 years ago, it wouldn't have been anywhere on their agenda. As soon as it's scarce, it becomes a problem. I think for us, the key thing is that if you're in a drinks business, water is at the heart of it. Whiskey means water. It's from the Gaelic for water. Vodka means water. It's from the Russian for water. So we're very well aware of the need to preserve and protect our water assets.
What are you doing in physical terms to do that in the different markets where you're operating?
Well, we have, as I say, a number of programs which we call Water of Life, which are designed to bring a million people clean drinking water for the first time every year. That's predominantly in Africa, where we have a huge beer business. So we do, as I said, boreholes, we do wells, we do water bowsers for communities which need them. Let me tell you a story about one which probably illustrates this. About 5 or 6 weeks ago, I was in a district of Nairobi in Kenya, where we bought the local community some water bowsers. That community had previously had no water, no running water. So when people wanted to go to the toilet, they had to go to the toilet in the areas behind the community. For everyone, that was unpleasant. For women, that meant no dignity. We've bought them water. They now have toilets. They now have showers. The local market, which is just down the road, uses them on market days and pays a penny, literally, for using the toilets. That's created an income. The local women have set up a little business, cleaning and washing people's clothes for those who go to the market. That's created an income. And with the money that's been generated, about £20,000 over 7 years, that community has bought a strip of land on the outskirts of Nairobi, where it is now rehousing its most elderly and infirm people to give them a pleasant life in the last years of their lives. That, I think, is an incredible contribution to that community. And as a consequence, they think that Guinness and Tusker, which is our main beer product there, are absolutely fantastic.
Ian Wright, thank you very much.